Welcome to my channel. This is Bridge to Talk, and what I do here, solve technical drawing problems and also provide very important information that can help you to have a better performance in technical drawing examinations. Here I have these 40 objective questions, which I'm going to provide answers to right now. So question one, as you can see the diagram that we have here, question says distance O10 in the figure is equal to. So the answer to this question is 7. Did I get that? The radius of this circle will be 12 millimeters if the diameter is 24 plus 75 millimeters, the radius of this arc. So we give us 87. So the answer is option C to question 1. Then question 2 says that which of these two dimensions are equal? Which of these two dimensions are equal? So the answer is option B. Did I get that? The radius of this arc, okay, that connects this circle and this circle together is 75. So the answer is option B to question 2. So question 3 says that a line measuring 650 meters drawn to a scale of 1:50 will be represented by a line 130 millimeters. So looking at this answer here, there's an error. So in the sense that 650 millimeters would be equal to that would be equal to, so if I'm to calculate that, so you should know what that's going to be. We are going to add more zeros because 1 meter equals 1,000 millimeters. So, but I'll go with this answer. So, because of time. All right, so question 4. The figure below is an ellipse with two foci, F1 and F2. Which of the following is true? So the answer to this question is option A, P1F1, PF1 plus PF2 will be equal to QF1 plus QF2. So the answer is option A to question 4. Then question 5 says that the figure above shows the front elevation of an inclined hexagonal prism. XY is the horizontal plane. Which of the following views represent the plan of the prism? That is option B is the answer to question 5. Question 6, a cutting plane through the axis of the right cone will produce it will produce a triangle. To produce a triangle, option C is the answer. Then question 7, the method of projection in which the receding lines are drawn half size and at 45 degrees is called cabinet oblique drawing. That is option C, gives us the answer to question 7. Question 8, in the drawing below, the value of angle X is 25. Option D is the answer to the question. Then question 9, the figure below shows the construction of an ascribed circle. So this circle is an ascribed circle. So option D is the answer to question 9. Then question 10 says that if the two base angles of a triangle are given, which of the following information or which of the information below is needed to construct the triangle? So we need the height of the triangle or the altitude of the triangle. So the answer is option D. Then question 11 and 12, we have to use this diagram to answer question 11 and 12. Question 11 says that if OA is the radius of the circle center O, what is the name of the inscribed polygon? So the inscribed polygon will be pentagon, okay? And then question 12. So the answer is option A for question 11. Question 12 says that what is the value of angle X? Angle X is 54 degrees. So option C is the answer to question 12. Okay, then let's move to question 13. In the diagram above, which of the curves below represent the locus of point P? So option B is the answer to this question 13. Then question 14 says that which of these diagrams which of diagrams below represent the missing elevation of the block above? So we have option B is the answer to the question. Then question 15. In the diagram below, if PQ is a string wrapped around a cylinder of center O and Q is kept taut, so what curve will trace out or will be traced out by the end and Q if it's onwards? Okay, so the answer is evolute. Option C is the answer to question 15. Then question 16, the main purpose of the construction above is to draw or locate the tangent to the circle center is given. So option B is, option D is the answer to question 16. Then question 17, the two measurements EF and GR in the diagonal scale below is option B, so 2.2 centimeters and 2.1 centimeters. Then question 18, the construction below is used to determine. So for this question, I have not come across this before, so I'm not going to take any answer here. So I try to search for what the answer should be, but I couldn't get, I've not seen it before. Okay, so, but it may be either of these two, okay, either option C, option D. Then question 19, in the construction below, the area of square FGHJ is equal to the area of parallelogram EFKL. So that's the answer to question 19, option C. Then question 20, the purpose of the construction below is to reduce the side of the hexagon. That is the purpose. So option B is the answer to question 20. Question 21, which of the following is not a method of constructing an ellipse? Which of the following is not a method of constructing an ellipse? The answer is transverse. That is option C is the answer to question 21. Then question 22, the figure below is a layout for the construction of a hyperbola. The length HJ is the ordinate. That is option D is the answer to question 22. Then question 23, so the figure below shows development of an helix, that is, or a helix, that is option C is the answer to question 23. The question 24, which of the following statement is not true of first angle projection? So the answer is option B is the answer. The plan is above the front elevation. So that's not correct. It is in third angle projection that we have the plan to be above the front elevation. So option B is the answer to question 24. Then question 25, which of the following requires a true length construction for its development? Option C is the answer to this question. So question 26, the front elevation and end view of the component are given in the figure above. Which of the following represent the plan of the component? The answer is option A. Okay. Then question 27. So which of the following is the plan of the figure above? The answer is option C. And then question 28. The arrow in the figure below points to fillet. That is option B is the answer to the question. So we are talking about this arrow. Then question 29, the ratio of angle X to Y in the figure below is 1:2. So this angle is 120 and this angle will be 60. So here, this angle also inside this polygon at this point is 120. And if that is 120, this angle will be 60 because sum of angles on a straight line is 180 degrees. So 60:120 will give us 1:2, as you know from mathematics. Then question 30 says that the diagram below shows the dash hole, so that the hole is what? The hole is tapped. So this is a tapped hole. So option C is the answer to question 30. So we have answered question 130 on general geometrical drawing. So now let's go for the 10 questions on building drawing. So let's go for that. So question 31 here says that we are using this diagram to answer question 31 and 32. So 31 says that the portion labeled G is the soffit board. That is option A. Then question 32 says that the portion labeled K is the joist plate, but supposing we have tie beam here, so I will have chosen tie beam, okay? But I'll go with joist plate. Then question 33 says that the electrical symbol shown below represents an ohmmeter. To represent an ohmmeter, that is option B. Then question 34, in the stairs shown below, in the portion labeled P is the going. So it is the going. So that is option C. Okay. Then question 35 and 36, we are using this diagram to answer the two questions. So question 35 says that the portion labeled P is the nowhere. So this is part of a stair. So the answer is option B. And question 36, the portion labeled S is the ground level. So option B is also the answer to that question. Then question 37 says that diagram below shows which type of roof, hipped roof. That's option B also. Then question 38, the electrical symbol shown below is main socket outlet, option B. Then question 39, so the part labeled T, is scratch. That is option D is the answer. Then question 40, so the part labeled S is a wall. That is option C is the answer to that question. Okay, so we have answered question 31 to 40 on building drawing. So those are the 40 questions that I have here. All you have to do is to practice. Thank you and God bless you.